Winner! Winner!
Let's go! For the love of everything! Nom, you are staying. Nom, you are staying for this. Nom, you are staying for this. Nice. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god! I'm so proud of you! I'm so proud of all of you!
Now there is a gas behind us.
My man, come on, Wade. Tell them who you are.
Hello everyone. I'm WadeBox. Get away! The fire's lit. Yo! Oh my god! And hello, tonight I'm joined by an incredibly Minecraft storytelling, spreading love, respect and acceptance, the Dutch known as Heavy-Erdos, but to us, he's Aragon Telly. And using Minecraft and their voice to spread awareness about protecting the wildlife, it's the one and only Nature of Gaming. And I am your host, WadeBox. And welcome to my eclectic mix of live stream. This is ShowBox. There we go. Now we have those there we have those music playing. Hello, hello, hello. And happy Wednesday to you all. We have a jam-packed show. So let's see what we've got coming up on today's show. First up, it's the breakdown, where we'll be discussing the latest gaming and pop culture topics, starting with who is to blame for all the Highguard hate. Then, with a full season drop of Wonder Man, we ask the question, are you suffering from superhero fatigue? And then, with the finale of the explosive second season of Fallout airing today, we wonder if we are finally in the good timeline for video game adaptations. Then we will try and totally solve your wild and weird questions for you submitted last week, including the most important question: what is the best condiment to use as shampoo? Everyone wants to know that. And finally, we are bringing back a classic game show. Can you figure out which of my two guests are fibbing and telling a few porkies in Don't Get Sus? But first, hello to Aragon and Nature. Welcome to the show. Hello. Oh, it is lovely to have you both here. Welcome to the show. Let me also just get that strap back down again. There we go. So, welcome to the show, Aragon, Nature. It is lovely to have you both. Let me make sure that the chat can hear you. Yep, I think they can.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Hello. Oh, it is absolutely wonderful to have you both. Apologies, I'm just going to get a few things. It's the first show, so we're going to have a few little wobbles along the way, so I do apologize, but thank you guys so much. Just while you're here, Aragon, could I start with you? Could you just give a quick explanation of who you are? Just I need to totally fix one thing that may have just broken very quickly.
Okay. Do you want me to give the answer I give my therapist, or like
Absolutely, that's exactly what I want.
All right. It all started when I was 3 years old. I think it's a lot. It's got a lot to do with projecting. No. Hi, I am Aragon Telly. A lot of people also now know me as Javier or Javieros TV. I've been creating content for about 4 to 5 years with an absolute passion and love for especially storytelling. So I write stories, I act, and I make projects like, for example, Broken Waves in Arcadia, or War of Worlds Season 1 I've made. And a lot more than that. Last year, I started making content in Dutch. That's kind of blown up now. I recently got Twitch partner, and I'm also a huge fangirl of the WadeBox.
Oh, thank you very much. It's lovely to have you, Ara. And Nature, welcome to the show as well. How are you doing?
Doing well. I'm pretending not to have a slight panic attack inside, but we're great.
So, Nature, why don't you explain yourself very quickly to our audience here?
Hi, I'm Nature. I've been creating content for honestly about the same time as Era, mostly focused on wildlife and teaching people about the wonderful world around us, but doing that through the veins of Minecraft, as well as causing an unnecessary amount of chaos with all of my friends, and known for having a horrible posting schedule that is not at all consistent.
I mean, it's normal, but whilst we have you, and we'll come back to Aragon, I just said, but Nature, you've got some exciting news, a new project that you're working on.
Yes, this was just kind of fully starting to form today, and something that we're very, very early in the works on. I've been wanting to try a different type of YouTube series that is more of a kind of permanent thing that focuses on the wildlife aspect of creativity and what we can do with that. So we're starting something called I Added Blank to My Forever World. So we're going to be starting a Forever World live on stream, and then as we go, each episode will be building a exhibit and coding in a animal custom into the game while we talk about their real life counterparts and how we can help their real life counterparts in the world.
That's insane. That's amazing, because obviously a lot of your stuff, a lot of people don't realize like how much you love like conservationism and how you're talking about like wildlife, and you're using video games to talk about that as well. This is exciting. I'm honestly really excited to see what you're making here, because it sounds awesome.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
And Aragon, we'll come back to you real quick as well, because Ara,
Hi.
Congratulations. You're now a partner on Javieros.
I am. It's still an absolute dream, and please don't wake me up. Look, you know it better than anyone. Wade and I go way back. That this has been an absolute dream of mine. I started streaming as a search for creativity and being able to put my stories somewhere. And more importantly, to be able to create a space for LGBTQ youth that didn't feel like they belonged anywhere, make them feel loved, respected, and accepted for who they are, the whole tagline thing. And being able to kind of have that cemented feeling of being able to say, yeah, okay, we've got a big place where people can come in and also feel at home and feel like they don't have to be different than who they are, is an absolute great feeling. And on top of that, I do have a little announcement to make.
Oh.
I lost my loafers yesterday, but I found them back. I'm really happy with them. I'm really happy I got them back because they're super comfy. They're so good. Oh
they
my
look
God.
Incredible.
They do.
They
look
are
honestly
the best. They are the best.
Well, Thank you both for joining me. It is going to be an absolute joy to have you on. Now let's hope that I've got everything working right now, and we can. I
believe in you.
We can get things going because we're going to start talking about the breakdown. The breakdown. So the breakdown is our little segment of where we go through the latest news. So let me just hope that I've got all the latest gaming news and topics and talks and that sort of stuff. So firstly, and this is where I now realize that none of my stuff is working, and that's great. I love when things break just before a stream. There we go. So first, it's the breakdown, the segment where my guests, you in the chat, and I discuss the latest gaming and pop culture topics. We are starting with a doozy. Who is to blame for the Highguard drama? Highguard, the free-to-play shooter from ex-Titanfall and Apex Legends alumni Wildlight Entertainment, dropped last week to what seemed like a flood of hate and anger. Now, this all started back in December last year when Jeff Keighley gave the closing spot in the Game Awards to Highguard for free. Now, many of us didn't know that at the time, and for a spot usually saved for big announcement and highly anticipated moments, it was a bit of a damp squib on the whole affair. The Wildlight devs then went silent, as they had originally planned to shadow drop the game, much like they did with Apex when working at Respawn. However, this only seemed to fuel the fire, with many creators posting comments and videos about where was the marketing, was it cancelled, and did the devs actually know they were releasing a game? Inevitably, the name Concord 2 started floating about, as the community equated the chaos to that of Sony's failed shooter. But when the game released, it was instantly review bombed, with many negative reviews, despite some gamers barely playing more than 30 minutes. Now, the heat seems to have died down with the game at a mixed rating, and though some will bring up the massive drop in players from the Steam charts, people forget that the average they're sitting at is quite a comfortable number for some of the free-to-play games out there. So we want to ask, who is to blame for this hate, and is it warranted? Aragon, I'm going to jump to you first. What do you think?
Well, I'm not to blame, first of all.
Yeah.
Are you to blame
not
for this?
I'm not to blame, all right? I swear I have nothing to do with it. Look, I'll first have to be really honest with you. Wait, when you said we were going to have a breakdown, I thought we were all just going to cry and scream for like a good 10, 20 minutes.
I need that. Can we add that later?
We can totally add that. We'll replace the game show with who cries the most, you know. We'll count the tears.
Look, at the end of the day, I think developers are often not to blame for what is happening to a game. These are people that are building a world and a experience with a lot of love and passion for said project or franchise. Oftentimes, it comes down to decisions that are made on top. So the corporate people, the people in charge of the marketing, that kind of stuff. So I don't think you should really put the blame on anyone. More so look at where did it go wrong. Like, did the marketing just do something wrong? Was it the people upstairs? I don't really know in this case, but all I can say is that I'll be surprised if it lasts longer than Concord did. And I love that game. I'm a Concord defender.
All right, well, Nature, I'll throw to you. What do you think at the moment? Because you tried to download it and give it a go. Ran into your own problems as well, which I think is a story some people have mentioned as well. They don't like the boot system and stuff as well. I've also completely forgot to turn off that. I forgot to turn off all of my old alerts. That's fun.
I could hydrate it.
We're all going to hydrate. We all
hydrate.
Well, apparently now this is
we're not awkwardly.
We're adding this
water.
into ShowBox now. Ara, did you forget to bring drinks? Okay, there we go.
No, we have a very close-up view of the glass. And also, I will just rev out this.
We've just inadvertently turned the alerts into alerts that affect everyone. Wait till the drop it command gets thrown. Okay, so yeah, what do you think? Yeah.
I think we're in such an interesting era of gaming where if something goes minorly wrong at all, it immediately gets thrown on the devs. But I also feel like we're in an industry where you can't really shadow drop games anymore, especially coming from such a highly known gaming industry. Even though it is technically still an indie game, they're known for Respawn. So it's so hard to get away with that nowadays with how much people are excessively on social media, jumping on anything that they can for any kind of hate. And I think same like conclusion as Era. I don't really think we can hate anybody in particular other than it was poorly timed. And yeah, I think the final spot in the Game Awards maybe not have been the best spot for them, because I know a lot of people were expecting like another Bethesda game drop or like Elder Scrolls 6, something like the AAA titles, and just to have something that's from an indie developer, which great on the indie developer scale, but I think for the expectations that the Game Awards have built up might not have been the best opportunity.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point to kind of hang on, is the fact that, you know, if they weren't given that slot at the Game Awards, like, do you think they would have received as much hate as they did if they didn't have that Game Awards spot, if they just released the game as normal?
I don't think so. No, I think it would have been a lot more relaxed.
So you're saying no? Arrow's actually shaking his head. So you think they would get some hate?
Me? I think it would not change a thing, honestly. I think it's just part of a greater narrative that was already made about the game and was always going to be made. And I think the Game Awards, sure, added to it, but the narrative of what has happened will still be there. Look, was it a great decision on the Game Awards part to put it as the last one more thing? No, absolutely not. But if you're a small developer and you hear, hey, you want to play your trailer at my show, then of course you say yes. You want all that
yeah, you're gonna say
exposure.
I think that's everyone who's turned around and kind of blamed the developers for saying yes to this. You're gonna say yes to Jeff Keighley. Like, I mean, they probably would have got nowhere near the numbers they did at the beginning, and it was free advertisement. I mean, where are they sitting at the moment? This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm assuming one of my team would have a look. But I'll try and check myself. Where are they sitting at the moment on Steam charts? Although, as we know,
I got it.
Steam charts aren't kind of important really nowadays.
They're still at mixed reviews, and I'm trying to find the chart.
So they're at they're at an average of 6,000 players per 24-hour peak.
Okay.
So about an hour ago, 4,000 players. Which, here's the thing, that's actually quite good number-wise. You look at like Insurgency, Squad, you know, they're games that are staples in the shooter genre, and they've only got 1,000. Yeah, of course, we're not talking about the next Call of Duty here, or the next Apex Legends, technically speaking. And they have said that. The developers turned around and said, look, we only need 6 players to run a 3v3 game. As long as we've got 6 players, we're happy. So, you know, if they're happy, they're happy. I just feel a bit sad for them, because there's so many games that get released all the time. You know, if you don't like it, just there's other shooters. They were trying their best to try something different. Because I've been able to play it. You haven't, Ara?
No, I've not played it.
You haven't.
I've consumed some Highguard content, and as a ex-shooter gamer, I kind of understand the concept of it. But yeah, it's just sad to see.
It's sad to see, because they're trying to be different. Whether they actually are, because it feels like how to be different is just to take a bundle of ideas and smash them together. But we haven't had what they're doing before. I mean, when I played it, I felt like it was a bit more of a MOBA. Andolin, who's in my chat, we actually sat down and played it, and we played a bunch of 5v5s when that game mode dropped. Frankly, I think it was so much better as a 5v5 rather than a 3v3. It just had a bit more chaos in it. But that's still about gameplay, you know.
Yeah, I think for shooters, you have to have that chaos aspect. Otherwise, it is just a looter shooter at some point. Like, at some point, you're just running around with a gun and you're barely finding anybody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've always questioned, I think when we were playing it before, we questioned, did the game need to have the whole looting mechanic at the very beginning? Could it have just been, you know, you start the game, you've got your tiered weapons, you try to get the sword, and it's just that bit, the actual bit that makes it exciting and interesting, I guess. But then the looting system is what makes some elements of it competitive as well. It's a weird mix, you know. But again, this is us talking about, is the game to blame for the drama? And I kind of think the game isn't to blame. Like, there's so many games out there that I've played and they are bad, but they have not received, you know, the level of hate that Wildlight has received from this. So,
if I may,
yeah, sure, jump in.
At the end of the day, people need to realize that whatever game is produced and however bad it is, Concord. There's still like a gigantic team of people, or one person, or a group of people that have worked on it and that loved it and that have put all of their passion into it. And of course, you can be critical. Of course, you can give critique, feedback, whatever. But I think oftentimes people don't realize that there's actually people behind this video game, and it's not just produced by AI slop or something, you know. I think it's a shame. I think any loss for any game is a loss for the entire gaming industry, and that's the same for Highguard.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm just going to go through some of the comments here. Tessie's put a point out saying, you know, they didn't do public testing, so they never got any feedback. I think they actually did private testing with content creators.
I think so, yeah.
But, well, not with us, obviously. But that was also, you know, at a time when you're not going to be able to change anything before it gets released, so...
That's hard. And I think even in Highguard's defense, if we want to talk about Steam ratings, let's talk about the last year of Steam being notorious, the Steam gaming community absolutely shredding Helldivers.
Yeah.
Because Sony made a bad decision.
And that was nothing to do with Arrowhead at all when that came down. So a lot of that came down to you needed a PlayStation sign-in account, I believe, was what the spawn of that,
And some companies, or not some companies, some countries don't even have access to that.
Yes, yeah. So they suddenly lost access to be able to play or couldn't play it at all. But again, you said it's not their fault.
No.
But anyway, so if we had to put... So I just want to be very quick, we'll wrap it up, because we've got quite a few topics to talk about. If you were going to put the blame of hate onto some...
Twitch Prime sub received.
I wouldn't have paused if it wasn't for Aragon, who also had the most cheekiest look on his face as he did it. he looked so shifty, like... Okay.
I think I gotta go. I think I got places I gotta go to.
All right, just have a quick think of it. If you're going to put one person for the blame for the hate specifically, have a look at the thing. Just very quickly to sponsor some chat. Bank says that a lot of studios kind of feel like they need to compete with Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, etc., but they underestimate how hard it is to change opinions within the community of those games. Yep, that's true. And says supporting the game these days seems like supporting football teams, which I think that's true. Yeah,
that's a valid.
That's such a good take, actually. Yeah. Okay. Concord. If we're gonna blame someone, who are we blaming? Aragon?
I would blame my next door neighbor, Geraldine. She can be very annoying, and I think it would help the entire world by just putting the blame all on her.
Okay. Is this because you don't want to make a genuine person to blame?
I have no idea, Wade.
Gotcha. Nature. Who do we blame?
Honestly, I think part of it is to the blame of where the hate is coming from. And this is gonna be so out of pocket and people are gonna hate me for this. The loud minority is always going to be the loudest thing on the planet. So even if there are people who are genuinely enjoying Highguard, the only thing you're gonna see when you search up Highguard is hate, 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 hate. Oh, this was good, hate. Like, it's always gonna be louder because that's the community we've cultivated as the gaming industry. Not all of us, but it's gotten bigger and louder as we've gone. So I think it's partially to blame for just the people jumping on the hate trains, even if there's no solid reason to.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I would say that a lot of the content creators who kind of fueled that hate, I mean, that is just the way YouTube has been lately at night. You know, negative sentiment, it does get more views. However, I will say, maybe if Jeff Keighley didn't put it at the final one, maybe just the one before, or a few before, it wouldn't have changed anything if Jeff just said, this is something I really like. I don't think the sentiment would be as negative. The review might be, oh, it's just an ordinary looking game. And then you would have been, the attention would have been focused on something completely different rather than all these news stories of, what the hell was that final game that was on the show? You know, maybe it would have changed a little bit. But anyway, that's, maybe. Okay, so that is who's to blame for the Highguard hate. Let's move on. And let's now talk about superhero fatigue. So, Yeah, there we go. Let's talk about superhero fatigue. So, Wonder Man, an 8-episode series from Marvel Television, dropped all of its episodes last week and seems to have been a surprise smash hit. The show follows Simon Williams, a struggling actor in the MCU versions of Los Angeles, whose auditions for the lead role in a remake of an 80s superhero movie called Wonder Man. It's all very meta, and the show's marketing seems to even pick fun at superhero fatigue and mocks that here they are making another one. So now, we're going to avoid any spoilers for the show. Aaron and I have seen it, but Nature hasn't, as actually just in the middle of their own superhero movie journey, which we'll come to in just a moment. But there has been a growing sentiment that critiques and from critiques and audiences that between multiple changing phases of Marvel and reboots of DC and TV shows and movies, are we growing a little tired of superhero cinematic universes? Ara, I'm going to go straight to you on this one. I know we went to you again last time, but you have a podcast, and we kind of need to talk about the podcast for a second.
Oh no, don't talk about my podcast. And do you have the links ready, or should I post them real quick?
You can post the links, and then you'll get banned,
I was joking.
I think, but yeah.
Yeah, I own a podcast, correct? I'm a middle-aged white man. I needed to.
Are you just going to end your sentence there?
Yep.
Okay, Capecast. You have Capecast.
Okay, so to give a little explanation, I've been a huge fan of the superhero genre ever since I was a young kid. Then I never had anyone to talk about it because my online friends, they don't really like that kind of stuff, and I live in a very conservative place, so people don't really watch it there. However, I worked at I'll make it short. I worked at an internship. There I met people who really liked it. We kept talking about it. We goofed about, maybe we should make a podcast. And now, a year later, we've been making weekly podcasts covering everything in the superhero world, basically.
Fantastic. And so, spoiler-free, we're not going to say any spoilers. What did you think of Wonder Man?
Honestly, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a wonder, man.
Do you know what? Yeah,
I saw that coming.
I'll allow it. It's kind of a breath of fresh air. We're going to avoid as many spoilers as possible, and we'll get to Nature in just a moment and specifically their journey. But it's one of those shows which doesn't feel like a superhero show. It's just set in the superhero universe. It's part of Spotlight, which is Marvel's kind of non-cinematic universe story. So the idea is that you don't need any prior watching. I'd argue you kind of need some prior watching for this. And apparently it's not going to affect the cinematic universe. And I feel really sad about that because I really like the character. But we'll jump over to Nature. Nature, what do you think? Because whereabouts are you on your Marvel journey at the moment?
So I'll give a little bit of a TLDR on it. I was not allowed to watch superhero movies growing up, so I've been very, very sheltered my whole life from the superhero universe, aside from the 1960s Adam West Batman. That is my only exposure to superheroes. That is it. And I don't even know if you can call that one a superhero show. It's a little rough. But I recently, back in January, started watching through all of the Marvel movies in chronological order, chronological release order with my partner, and we are just about to watch Black Panther, and I don't know if I can say I have superhero fatigue because all I want to do is watch more of them. And the fact that it ties into different things, I think I'm really excited to experience and just see how the universe shapes itself, even in like the side stories. Because before watching the Marvel movies, my only exposure was season 1 of Loki, and that's because I like Tom Hiddleston. Like, that is the only reason I watched it.
He's brilliant. I would watch anything with him in. I've just done Night Manager. Season 2's just started for that as well. I love him.
You don't need to let my partner know that part, even though I'm pretty sure he's watching.
So, you two aren't tired at the moment. You haven't got superhero fatigue.
No, I don't think. Oh, go ahead, Era. You have more on this than I do.
Right. Yeah. So a couple of things. First of all, best thing you've ever done, starting that marathon. Good for you. And good on you. Look, at the end of the day, if we're going into superhero fatigue, I don't think it exists. I think we're tired of seeing the same formula over and over again produced by Marvel. And I think it reached a peak after Endgame, because Endgame, of course, was such a climatic event for so many people who grew up watching it, or people who just loved all the movies in the last few years. And after that, they kind of just returned to the the big climatic fight at the end. It's all the same, and that's what we're tired of. We're not tired of superheroes, because we've proven again and again. Look at the Batman movie. Look at the Superman movie. There's so many different examples of projects that are so brilliantly made that people love, that still contain the superheroes because it doesn't follow the necessary formula. That's what we're tired of. And I hate hearing the argument of like, oh, that's more superhero stuff. It's stupid. And that's exactly what Wonder Man does so incredibly well. The series knows how to captivate an interesting story, an interesting dynamic between characters, with a very, very fun theme, I might add, and some good writing. And it encapsulates that good show feeling. And it just happens to have a superhero little sauce over it, and I love that. And I love that Marvel's realizing, like, okay, we got to do different things. I mean, we can say that everybody's saying we're back. We're not back. Marvel's is actually trying different things. We got Fantastic Four, we had Thunderbolts, all incredible movies, all rated very well in comparison to the other movies that have come out. That all just feels like a breath of fresh air, and I love that Wonder Man is one of those, and it's definitely a hidden pearl that you should check out.
Yeah, I agree. And do you know what? You've kind of hit something that I kind of clocked a little bit as well, because I mentioned about DC and about how DC has been constantly changing and evolving and rebooting themselves, but they kind of got themselves stuck in a rut trying to chase MCU, and then since their reboot, it feels a lot fresher. And
James Gunn.
Yeah, it is thanks to James Gunn. So I think you're right. Maybe it isn't just that, we're getting tired of seeing superheroes. It is, you said, it's the same stories. Nature, you're kind of you're at a really good point right now. So you're at the point where everyone was happy.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
So you're
I think it's Black Panther and then Infinity War. So I'm kind of mentally gearing myself up for that.
So we'll come back to you in 6 months' time to see how you're doing.
Yeah. I'll be emotionally wrecked and tired and exhausted and going back to watching my Disney movies in a corner, and not the new ones, just the old ones. I don't want the remakes. You can keep the remakes.
So we're going to quickly go through some comments here we've had as well. So from Bank, they said people aren't done with superheroes. They're done with repetitive stories, overproduced and underwhelming shows and movies. Yeah, I'd say there has been a lot of repetition, and it's nice to get something different and something fresh. It's a shame they haven't kept doing that. I would say, like this one. So for context, Wonder Man that's come out was created at the same. I'm being very careful not to say any spoilers. It was created at the same time as She-Hulk. The reaction to She-Hulk led to them to stop creating these sorts of force in the universe that have followed. Like for context, She-Hulk is a I've forgotten the name. A court drama, essentially, is what they kind of wanted it to be, but with more superhero twist to it. Now, Wonder Man was conceived at that point, but then was delayed due to writer strikes. So maybe the best thing that happened to it was the writer strikes, and then has led to it to be worked on again and has now been released and now has a bit more of a fresher take on it, maybe?
I'd say if I
please jump in.
I think She-Hulk was a good premise. I love the whole courtroom drama idea. It's like putting Marvel or superheroes in a fresh paint. It was just really badly written. That's just but that's what you can always have with a movie or a show. The premise can be good, the idea can be good, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And that was the case with She-Hulk. Definitely deserve it. I would love to see more stuff like She-Hulk, just better writing on it, hopefully. But yeah, I'd say that the last projects that all come out of Marvel have all been good, except for Ironheart. Ironheart is rough.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard of that one, so I think I'm good to skip that one.
What is an Ironheart?
Okay.
What?
Mum's a word. Okay, so Bag just said they have a crash out when people say that its first time to watch it is chronologically. Oh no. They also said a single trailer for Avengers Doomsday kind of got them back into the comics, Marvel, and into Cape Cast themselves. So that's really awesome. That's awesome. Gets a few more. Apparently, Nature, you've got very goated opinions.
I know nothing of what I'm talking about.
Tessie has said that they watched Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, really enjoyed it, but a lot of people they spoke to refused to watch it because it wasn't mainstream enough, apparently.
I've also gotten...
No, Shang-Chi. Which is
Sorry.
a really good movie. It's a really good movie. Again, we're being
I'm
very
excited.
careful not to spoil anything for
No,
Nature.
no spoilers for Nature. Also been corrected by my partner. We're watching in release order, not chronological order.
Gotcha. So we did have one more story. We're going to very quickly shoot through it. I'm not even going to bother with going through the read-up. Yep.
One last thing.
Yeah,
Destin Daniel Cretton, incredible director, the guy responsible for both Wonder Man and Shang-Chi. So,
All right.
for you there.
Okay. Let me. Oh, I've pushed the wrong button. Okay. Let me go straight to it. We'll try and see if we can get it just before the ad break kicks in. This will be our ad break one. So, Fallout has just had its explosive finale of season 2 today, and because these two haven't seen it yet, I'm going to avoid any spoilers about the show, except for saying that I think it was a damn near perfect adaptation. Sorry, that's apologies. My prompter went too far. There we go. And it's been one of many over the years, from the Sonic movies to Arcane and The Last of Us. We want to ask you, do you think we are finally in the good timeline for video game adaptations? It used to be, as a gamer, a dreaded thing when you heard that a game was going to be turned into a show or a movie, because it inevitably was going to flop, with producers and directors showing no care for the source material. But that seems to have changed recently. And there are video games that are there any video games that you would like to see adapted to the big screen? Do you think it's just been a fluke, or are video games a medium that only us gamers understand, particularly when you look at the critical response to Markiplier's Iron Lung versus the positive reviews from audience? It's been kind of slated by critics, but absolutely loved by audiences. So, Nature, I'm going to come to you. What's been a video game adaptation that you've seen and you've enjoyed?
Okay, so this is very, very recent. As of literally 3 days ago, there's hydrate on my head. We'll just quickly hydrate. Hydrate, yeah, just do that really quick. Okay, there we go. I went and watched Iron Lung with my partner, and I am not a horror person. I can't do horror. I don't play horror games. None of the likes. But Iron Lung, as an independent film, absolutely fantastic. It was well written, it was well shot, well edited. Even if it was just edited by Markiplier, not this huge studio editing, it was still amazing. One of the reviews was talking about the attention to detail on a specific shot of a drop of blood just hitting the cloth on his leg, and like that wouldn't be as focused on in other movies. But I think it was beautifully made. I have not personally seen the Mario adaptations.
Yeah, I've not seen that
I
yet.
will be seeing it before Galaxy comes out, but I'm tentatively excited for the Mario ones.
Okay. Ara, what about yourself?
Yeah, first of all, Mario movie, good and entertaining. Not a good movie, very entertaining movie. You get what I mean? Like it's made for the TikTok brains, but you'll find out when you watch it. Look, I definitely in a good timeline. I mean, if I just named up Arcane, I mean, one of the best shows I've ever watched them in my entire life. But also Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I really loved. The Last of Us season 1 was really good. Season 2 doesn't exist.
Yes, I think, right?
No, it's
Sure.
I mean, it's out, and actually, the people who don't play the games really enjoyed the second series.
Yeah, but once you've played the second game, you can't watch the show. It's horrible, man. No, I think I think it was someone in chat that said it. I think we're starting to understand how many hearts have been touched by video games, and I think that people are also starting to realize that video games are just a different way of enjoying and experiencing a story. Same way you do with a painting, with a movie or with a series. And I love that people are starting to realize that. Now, that being said, not every game makes for a good show. But a lot of them do. A lot of them do.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're going to move on very quickly because we're a bit short on time, so we're moving on to our next one. But just before I move on, I'm going to do some quick shout-outs as well. So thank you, Aragon, first, for the sub for 267 as the text as well. Thank you for that one. Thank you very much. Wait, Nature as well. Did I miss yours, Nature, as well?
Yeah, I subbed because I kept getting ads and I wanted to be able to see when I was on screen, so I wasn't like awkwardly just being like, ha.
Well, thank you, Nature, for the sub as well. Thank you, Happy, as well, for the sub too. Big shout out as well to our new follows. Ghost, I am not reading the rest of your name. Vroomy, Lai, Bank, Saft, Taki, Dyer, Phoebes, Beerg, T, Alpine, and Foxy Fluffy. Thank you very much for the follow. Right, we are going to move swiftly on to our next topic. This is me hoping that I've got all the buttons right to make this work.
While you're getting the buttons right, I think
Yes.
Horizon Zero Dawn would be an incredible movie adaptation.
Ooh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But what about
absolutely.
Detroit Become Human?
Oh my gosh, yes, I finished that over
Yes.
Christmas. That would be a fantastic movie.
I know.
Okay.
I keep saying that.
So we are now going to be moving on to our next topic, and this is Totally Solved, the segment where my guests and I try to solve wacky and wild questions submitted by you. A reminder that if you wish to submit your own questions for next week's episode, please head to our Discord at discord.gg/WadeBox. That's discord.gg/WadeBox. So, our goal is to definitively solve your questions. So, let's start with our first one. Are you ready for this one, gang?
Yep.
Yes.
So, is a block of cheese just a loaf of milk? So, cheese, right?
I'll let you answer this one, Nature.
Okay, I will take this. As the resident Wisconsinite from the
Oh, yes,
state
absolutely.
of cheese,
Yes.
I will take this one.
Right, this is all on you to solve.
No,
No. Oh. Why not?
it is not.
Why is it not a loaf of milk?
Because there is an entirely different process for making cheese. Yes, milk, exactly. Tessie and chat, thank you. A loaf of milk is butter because you're churning milk and making butter out of the milk, right? Now, mind you, milk is still in cheese, but there are a lot more processes for milk becoming cheese. It's not just milk in a barrel.
So we can't say that bread is just a loaf of wheat, is what we're kind of saying here. Oh my god, your face. So
Eric,
because
you
we
wanna-
can't
I'm lactose intolerant. I'm staying away from this one.
so because we can't say that, you wouldn't, and because there's so much in cheese and it's not just milk, you would say no, a block of cheese is not just a loaf of milk. We are definitively saying no on that. Yep.
No.
Aragon, would you like to just agree? Yeah. We've let the resident cheese expert decide that one. Okay. Next one on our list. If it doesn't wig out.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear, it's wigged out.
Oh no.
Let me see if I can get it back. Go away. Next one. There we go. Are there more eyes than legs in the world?
Don't worry, Nature. I got this one.
Yeah, no, please. Please take this one.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, you take this one because the resident wildlife expert here is probably very scared to get this wrong. Aragon,
Don't
what do you
worry.
think?
I've seen a lot of legs and eyes in my life, so I got this. Look, first of all, let's make the boundaries here. Does winking when someone winks, does an eye get lost, or is it just
No, I think that
having
counts. You
physical
still
eye?
have an eye.
Okay.
It's just something's
You
over the
still
top of
sound-
it. Yeah.
All right, just asking the obvious questions here. I would say, how easy is it to lose a leg versus how easy is it to lose an eye? You know, I think that I just read chat and
Just
that
realised
someone was
that
talking about
fish.
fish.
Yeah.
And There's
But
fish.
hear me out. Do spiders overcompensate because they have 8 legs? Do they compensate for the fact that fish don't have legs?
And a millipede
Spiders
obviously
would like
has
to
a...
overcompensate, but they're not there.
I'm about to say something and I expect to see a reaction from nature. And a millipede obviously has 1,000,000 legs.
I'm going to hurt you. I'm looking the wrong way. No.
Okay. So...
I
think the question we got is, are there more bugs than fish? Are there more bugs than aquatic creatures?
Yes,
no.
I believe so.
No. The question is eyes, then legs.
Well, yeah, but there's less legs in the ocean than there is eyes. And I would say
Yes.
in the bug world, there's more legs than eyes. Because although you've got spiders and flies and a few things with multi-eyes, you've got a lot of, like, basic bugs that have just got loads of legs and 2 eyes.
Fair?
I picked a question specifically because nature's on the show.
Of course, thanks. I appreciate that. That's great. You know, I am going to leave this entirely up to Era and not have my bias.
Cool.
affected.
Ara, you've got
As
to
an
make a decision
experienced
here.
biologist,
Yes.
As an experienced biologist and big lover of all animal actually. Love you, giraffes. My final answer will be eyes.
Eyes. Okay, we're going with
You're welcome.
eyes. We're definitively deciding here that there are more eyes.
Wade are definitively going for eyes.
We're definitively decided as a team here that there are more. Do you disagree?
I disagree.
Oh, okay. Go on then.
I think because I will let the millipede argument slide just this once. I think because there are so many species that have 2 eyes but multiple legs, like all mammals, most mammals have more than 2 or more legs. I feel like there are more legs in the world than eyes because centipedes have roughly 100, millipedes have over 100. That's why they're called millipedes, not centipedes, not because they have 1,000,000 legs. Wade. I think it's more legs.
Well, have you even considered the fact that, eyes are also in the alphabet and they're used in words and legs is not a letter? So...
Do you know what? Do you know what? We haven't said. Yeah, we said. Oh no, I did spell eyes.
You
E-Y-E-S.
specified
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
specified it.
I was going to
Alright,
go
well, you've
along with
ruined
that joke as well. Sorry. Okay, so chat are currently voting on whether they are team eyes or
wanna
team
see.
legs. So
Okay. I would say we should all be team legs right now because Lagundo's doing a subathon.
Oh.
You know,
does that sway our vote? Does that sway our vote?
that's
And
where
chat
the
voted
vote's
team
at.
eyes. So do we
Yep.
want to vote
Yep.
against chat just to wind them up?
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
No. Okay. Well, do you know what? We haven't solved this one, which means it's not totally solved, and the entire show is ruined.
I'm sorry.
That's it. That's the end of the stream. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Okay, yep, bye. Yep, nature's never being allowed on again. I'll
Okay.
leave.
Well,
I'll
Joe,
go. I'll leave.
we'll leave that one to the experts. I'm saying whilst I have an expert on the channel as well. I'm basically stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Okay, you know what?
without-
Let us go to Google. We will Google it, and whatever Google says is true because we trust Google.
Without mentioning specific politics here, I feel like I'm stuck between an expert and a friend. And
I will never talk to you again if you choose.
and my friend is nature and Aragon is the expert. So,
Google said there are likely more legs than eyes with the insect dominance.
okay. So AI wins. On to the next.
Don't they always?
On to the next one. Is the new branding red or pink? This is really important. This is the most important thing. And I know that someone in the chat is seething silently here. Aragon, start with you. Red or pink?
I'd say the branding is...
Great bit. Absolutely
There you
great
go.
bit. Thank you. Nature, is it red or pink?
It is neither. It is coral.
It is
And I
coral.
stand by that. I posted it on Twitter, and I stand by my Twitter. I'm never mind. I don't actually do that. Never mind.
Chat has said it's salmon, pink, pink or you're a liar, magenta, pink pinned red rank.
No, but look, all jokes aside, this is just hot pink. That's literally the color.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
what
pink.
it's named. It's hot
Do you know
pink.
what? Anders says he sees orange, and I agree. We are colorblind. That
you
is
all-
the answer.
No, I think we all should just realize that it's hot pink.
It's apparently
It's coral.
It's blue. On to our next one here. This is the big one.
Wait, are you okay?
I put this in as a joke and then realized I wanted to get past it as quick as possible.
Oh, no.
Right, so this is the most important one. This is the headline of our Totally Solved segment. What condiment would you choose to use as shampoo? Nature. You have a lot of hair.
me?
I am bald. I'm bald. Do you think I'm going to use condiments? Nature, what condiment are you using to wash your
The
hair?
only one who can get away with it without long-lasting consequences. Do you
Isn't-
see this?
Yeah, so
There's
you
like
have to-
17
yeah.
different products that go into this.
So what's the right
Nothing else is
condiment?
touching
This is
this.
important. What's the right condiment then? Okay, so whilst nature is thinking of a condiment, Aragon, what do you
Shout out
use
No
in
Neck
your
Ed.
hair?
Shout out No Neck Ed. Mayonnaise or chili sauce if I want to feel something.
Chili sauce if you
Oh.
want to feel something.
Gosh.
Oh, I just saw mint sauce.
What is mint sauce?
It's mint. Have you ever had
Cheap-
shampoo
cheap
that's
papa.
like? Have you ever had shampoo that's got mint in
Yes.
it, and when you use it, and particularly as a man, if you use it, suddenly the morning's like, oh, and like everything is brighter, and you're suddenly
Okay.
awake, and everything's in pain. It's wonderful.
Okay, as someone who has a male partner, I will say the peppermint beard oil is very nice.
Yeah.
I will say that. The only thing that I could think of that would
too knows
not
that.
smell terrible is barbecue sauce, and I don't love the thought of that.
God, that
It's got the
is
right
very
viscosity.
strong smell.
It would be like shampoo, but it's like ketchup would be awful unless you got sprayed by a skunk, but that doesn't even really work. Mustard would be terrible. Mayonnaise I hate with a seething, burning passion. And hot sauce, I think we would all be blinder in pain. Does coconut oil
I
count
don't
as
think
a
coconut
condiment?
oil counts as a condiment. You know,
Because
you wouldn't-
otherwise I'm going coconut oil because I've done that as a treatment.
I don't think you don't put coconut oil in your chips. So
No. But
If-
granted, we don't put
Actually-
barbecue sauce with our chips because chips are...
you've just pissed off so many people all of a sudden.
The Americans will side with me, but that's all I got, and I don't think that's very much right now.
Can I say, out of all the things we've said, suddenly this is the thing that's activated chat the most. Applesauce. We've got from Heavy K. They use it as a drink. Do you know what? I would say that's a sauce. Is it a condiment? It's a sauce.
Applesauce comes in a little cup. It's a treat.
I mean, anything can go through a bottle if you're, brave enough. But olive oil. Wait, we've an idiot. Olive oil. You put olive oil on
Condiment?
salads.
But this
So-
isn't.
I
I feel like that's
but-
a fine line.
when you go to a pizzeria and they have a bottle of olive oil on the table for you to put on your
What
pizza.
pizzerias are you
drink it.
going to that has olive oil as a condiment? Huh?
Have you never had olive oil on a pizza?
Yeah, on the base when they're cooking it, not as something you dip the pizza in.
It's an Italian thing.
Okay, I'm American. That's probably why.
I just realized we got to hit a point where we said olive oil, and olive oil might actually be the perfect answer to this. Like,
I think it
genuinely.
might.
It's
hold
mayonnaise.
on.
Shout out No Neck
Is
Ed. Or
olive
otherwise it's chili
oil
sauce.
A condiment. It's widely considered a condiment. Okay, well, chat wins.
Who said olive oil? Because I think that's the winner.
Who was
I
the
think.
original olive oil comment? That's never a sentence I ever thought I would say in my life.
Tessie said they use olive oil on
Tessie,
salads. Yeah. Congratulations, Tessie. You win. Totally sold.
Totally sold. You
you
saved
win,
the game show.
Yep,
Thank you.
you win a bottle of olive oil shipped to you once it has been turned into shampoo. Then the final question we have for you guys today. If it activates, here we go. What item would your cult worship? So if you had made a cult and worshipped only one item, what would it be? Aragon, I'm going to start with you, Mr. Tellyhead.
Yes.
If you had to pick one, and let's talk about you and your chat here. If we had to pick one specific item, what would it be?
God. Probably a pair of eyes, just to kind of like force our point through, I'd say. Yeah, I'd go like a statue of eyes.
Oh, okay. I was just like, imagine you just have like someone's just like eyes with like all the tendrils just on them.
No, just a beautiful statue of eyes to bring home the point that there's more eyes than legs in the world.
Okay.
And if people don't believe that, then we'll just remove their legs.
Cool. Okay. Nature.
Counterpoint, I'm not going to create a cult based off of legs because I'm scared of that, honestly. I would say books.
Don't be
Because
scared.
there's a bunch of different religious texts you could follow. There's also a bunch of knowledge in books. So technically it's kind of like a Pandora's box of a cult because you could then find more things to worship within the books.
Yeah. But books. I'll take books. The joke I wanted to say was obviously celery. Like celery is the obvious answer because that would be mine. However, I did actually have a think about this. Genuinely, tea. A lot of cultures have tea as part of like ceremonies or part of processes. You know, I actually could see tea being the item that my cult would worship. A really good tea.
Spill it.
So, we've got tea, books, and eyeballs. Perfect. A perfect mix. Before we move on, we'll quickly go through chat's items they would worship. Tessia said, Ara's Teletubby. Andolin.
Wade's shining head is
I saw Wade's shining head.
That's good.
A bidet is one of them. Yep, I would guess if you use a bidet, you're seeing heaven. Would you worship a dictionary, I've been asked, Nature?
No.
But a thesaurus, yes.
Doesn't nature already worship a stalk of bamboo? SBK is not canon to my real life person. I also, that is Pi, that is not me. I don't trust the stalk of bamboo. Let it be known.
Abby said, how many cuppas have I had today? 4 cuppas today already. It's been one of those days. Cool. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. That is our segment on Totally Solved. I believe we have totally solved all the world's problems. If you would like to submit your own questions for next week, head to discord.gg/WadeBox. Just post them up in the general chat. I will collect them up. I'm going to make a specific channel if I haven't already. I can't remember. I'm old. We'll get to that, and it should all be great. Moving on, we have our final segment now, and it's time for Don't Get Sussed. So now it's time for our revolving weekly game show, and this week it's Don't Get Sussed. Before the show, our players submitted 3 secret facts about themselves, but oh no, I seem to have gone and jumbled them all up. Well, the best thing for me to do is just to read them out, and surely our players wouldn't lie, would they? Yes, that's right. For every fact I read out, our players will have 1 minute to tell their story about that fact. One of them's telling the truth, the other is lying. Your goal, chat, is to listen to their stories, ask questions to catch them out, and vote on who you think is sus. I'm going to shout to my moderation team here. Make sure you've got ready in the polls for Ara and Nature as well in those polls so people can vote. Catch the fibber, and the truthful player gets a point. Get it wrong, and the deceitful player gets a point. First to 3 points takes home the crown. Let's begin. Are we ready? Oh, well, I was ready, but we
I'm
just
not ready. Well.
we just got raided by Mr. Nominal Gravy himself. Well.
This is a
Hello.
perfect time.
This is perfect timing. welcome, Raiders. Welcome to our talk show meet game show segment now. Hello, everyone. Welcome in, Nominal. Thank you, all the followers. Okay, so we are very limited on time, though, so I do apologize because we've only got a short amount of time to do this, and I want to make sure that nature is able to disappear when they need to.
No, you're good.
So,
You're good. I've got time.
Oh, we got time. Okay.
They're making time for me. We're good.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Nominal. Welcome, everyone. My name's Wade, variety content creator. By day, I work in television. I'm now bringing my television expertise to Twitch, and this is the very first episode of ShowBox, which I'm hoping to have Nominal on sometime soon as well. I will go through all the followers at the end of this segment. So thank you, everyone, so very much for all of those subs. Thank you very much, Nom, as well. Let me just make sure I can see the chat now. So we have just said we are just about to go into Don't Get Sussed. This is going to be a half an hour show. If you want to stick around and be involved, your goal is to pick which one of my two lovely guests here is lying about a specific fact. Now, let me just make sure that I haven't accidentally left them on screen. No, I haven't. That's good. I just realized I was just testing them before the stream. Okay.
Poker face.
Now, the one thing I'm missing is all my music and everything for this segment. So just imagine it's all gone serious music and the lights have gone all dark and everything because I could totally control all that.
Hold on. I can change my lighting if we need to. I can change everything to red. Hold. The new setup is not working as it's supposed to. Reconnect to my lights, dang it. Give me a moment. It's Era, take it away.
All right, thank you again, everyone who's just tuned in as well. So, okay. Aragon and nature. Are
Yes,
you
hi,
ready
hello, that is my
for
name.
the first one? So, I have lied. I've always lied. I know which ones are your facts. I'm going to flip a coin. Here we go. To decide which person's fact is going to be read. So, for those of you who are watching at home and thinking, obviously we're going to read one person's fact and it's going to be the next one, it's all going to be decided by a flip of a coin. It's all going to be that random. So you cannot game the system here, basically. Right. Are we ready, you guys?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Okie dokie. All right. Let me get the second one. Let me flip the coin, decide who's going first.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's a very shiny coin.
It's indeed a very shiny coin. Which chat didn't see because I didn't want them to see at all where the coin lands. Okay. We are going with our first statement.
I'm scared.
He says,
I'm
hoping
terrified.
that it showed up on screen, and it did not.
Uh-oh.
That's fantastic. Why is that not showing up on screen? God damn it. No.
And meanwhile, let me just say that if you haven't already, make sure to drop a follow because these shows will be happening a lot more often with Wade, and he's
Yes.
got a couple of really fun tricks up his sleeve. So if you haven't already, make sure to click that button, make sure to follow it, and stay in tune for this game show because, well, I've heard that nature is an incredible liar, and I'm excited to see if I
Thank
can
you.
just
Thank you.
punch
Okay.
through
So,
that.
we've all been told to hydrate as well.
Oh, yep. Hold on. Let me just grab that really quick.
All right. So
I'm running
whilst you're
out of
having a
water.
drink, and I'll flip the coin to decide who's going to be going first. Okay. All right. Here is the statement. I'm going to also just make sure I've got my timer ready to go because I've realised that that's also missing. It's the very first pilot show. We're going to have a few things wrong.
Oh yeah, but it's fine. We love the chaos, right, Era?
Okay. All right. So here is the first statement. When I was 7 years old, I did a performance of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal in front of 100 people in full cosplay. Aragon, you have 1 minute. Please tell us your side of the story.
Yes. Okay. This was probably around 7 or 8 years old. I was already an absolute attention seeker back then, and I thought it'd be cool that during the big talent show that my school was hosting to dress up as Michael Jackson. I had like the whole white suit outfit that he had for the video clip, and I basically performed a really cool performance with 2 of my friends where they were dressed in like little prison outfits, and I was doing like a whole tap dance routine, and it was incredible. I don't think I've ever peaked that, and I can probably show you guys online the picture one day. Thank you very much, and let me just take the extra time to just show you that I found yet another loafer, and I'm really happy with it because they're super duper comfortable. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. That was done in 53 seconds, Aragon. Well done. Thank you very much.
Keep the
Okay.
change.
Keep the
Let's see if I
change.
can- let's see if I
Nature.
can beat that.
Nature.
All right.
Oh, apologies. 1 second. I love that this has not flipped over to the right screen. Give me just
Uh-oh.
second. 1 second. Just to...
We're on the wrong screen.
We are on the wrong screen. I love that that just switched over. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got the facts back. Okay, right. Nature. Please tell us.
All right. So, I mean, the hair, first of all, perfect start for the whole cosplay thing. I thought it'd be perfect. You know, we got the hair going, you know, follow the heritage a little bit. And Smooth Criminal is the perfect song for a talent show because you get to do the dance, you get to do the song. So I'm like, yeah, let's get the friends together. Let's do a whole big production. Oh gosh, I think when I was like 13, I think was when we did it. I think if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was 13. But yeah, we did a whole talent show. We had the whole thing. And I think we lost horribly because I can't dance for crap, but I can sing, but I don't sound like a man. That is the struggle with that one. But yeah, that's how it happened.
Fantastic. Apologies. Unfortunately, an advert has just forced its way through right in the middle.
Can't believe
I tried
it.
to snooze it
That's
and
crazy.
it broke. I do apologise. So we'll just give it a quick second for that ad break just to come back in time so we have everyone that chance. So now's the part, chat. You've got a moment to ask your own questions here. So while you're thinking up of a few questions, Aragon, have you got a question for Nature?
Do I? Of course I do. Yes, I have a question, and the question is as follow. What was your favorite Michael Jackson song back then?
Thriller.
Interesting.
Okay. Nature, have you got a question for Ara?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the best way. Can you still do the Smooth Criminal dance?
The one I did during the performance?
Yeah,
You want me to do it right now?
right now.
Okay. It went as follow, right? It went.
Such a close up. That's glorious. That's glorious.
I couldn't dance,
Yep.
So,
but I did. do it.
Nature, I've got a question from chat. The question is, Nature, the statement said 7 years old. However, you mentioned that you were 13.
Just throwing the people off, trying to make sure you guys are paying attention.
Oh, okay. It could also be that Wade totally wrote the wrong statement up as well. That is a possibility too. Okay, all right. So, chat, you are now able to vote on who you think is sus, who is lying. I'm not going to say the answers to the poll right now, but please vote on Twitch whether you believe Aragon Telly is the one lying or whether you believe Nature of Gaming is the one who is lying. Have we got any more questions while we are just waiting? Everyone's saying you're both so very quick on it. Bank believes that Ara, this is 100% your fact. They did the exact same thing apparently at the round age of 8. They had a full glitter outfit as well. Did you have a full glitter outfit?
Of course. I even had the glove.
You even have the glove. Do you
Gotta
still
keep
have the
classic
glove?
love.
Do you still have it?
Do I still have it? No. Unfortunately, I don't. I don't have a
For
huge
shame.
poster with me in the outfit.
Nature, do you still have the outfit?
No, sadly, because I moved away from my home like a year ago. So any of the old memorabilia is very much gone.
Okay. All right, well, we've got just a few seconds left as everyone's voting. I think chat seems to have decided on who they believe is sus. Have you got any last minute things to say to kind of spin the vote your way while we're waiting?
WadeBox, drop your hair care routine.
Yeah, please. I need definitely my hair is falling apart.
Gotcha.
I meant your beard,
Razor.
and now I.
Right.
Hey, I meant your beard, and now I realize that I'm very insensitive. I'm sorry. Apologies.
It's totally fine. But Wait, sorry. Someone in chat just said they misread the question and thought that they meant that you did this in cosplay, as in like in a Miku fit or something.
Oh my gosh.
God, I should have.
Okay, so with that, it looks like they believe nature is the one who is lying. Could the person whose fact it belongs to please speak up now?
It was me.
It was indeed Aragon Telly.
You can't read for crap.
I was a smooth criminal indeed, and I would never ever do Thriller because that video clip scared me and made me not sleep for a whole month.
Oh, that's fair. You know, that's valid. Yeah, I can't read for crap.
Ara has 1 point. It is first to 3. So we'll flip the coin again. Let's see whose statement next.
You can't see it, but it's a super
I would never
shiny
lie to you
coin.
all.
It's a
I would
super
never
shiny
lie
coin.
to you.
For chat, the reason I'm off screen is so I could do all of the management of this off screen, by the way. So here we go on to our next statement. I've only worn 3 dresses in my life. The person who's going first this time is going to be Nature. Nature, you have 1 minute on the clock. Tell your story.
All right, so I think for any of my chatters, they'll be very familiar with this. I exclusively live in hoodies and jeans. Like, I am not a girly girl whatsoever, and especially because I like romping around in the mud a lot. Dresses in mud don't really work well. The 3 times I've worn dresses was to a church event and a fantasy ball with one of my friends because I wanted to be pretty, and for once, because we were all like dolling ourselves up, I'm like, okay, I'll do it once. And it was like literally a tank top dress and that was it. And then the 3rd time was for a conservation formal that we were going to. And that's like the only times. So yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Ooh, 10 seconds to spare. Lovely. Okay. Aragon, coming over to you now. You've only worn 3 dresses in your life.
I've only worn 3 dresses in my life, but I want to change that first of all. I think it'd be really fun to do some like crap maid dresses. Okay, I might have lied then in my statement. It might have been 4. Okay, let me just explain to you. No, actually, it's still okay. So I've worn one during a theater play where I needed to fit in with other girls and wore a dress to make it to the girl island. Really weird play. I don't know. Either way, second was a dress from Kiki's Delivery Service during Halloween, where I wore the Kiki outfit. And number 3 is then the maid dress. I thought I might have worn 2 dresses during the theater play, but it might have not been the case, and it's the maid dress, or it's like 4. But it's basically, those are the only times I've worn a dress, but still, I'm very open to wearing more dresses.
You're very open to wearing more dresses. Love it. Okay. So, this time, Nature, have you got a question for Ara's statement? Just while you're thinking it, chat, think up your questions now.
Yeah.
Now's the time to put in your questions.
Explain a little bit more of the event where you needed to fit in with the other girls. I'm curious on that. Explain that a little bit more in depth.
Okay, so it was called Johan and the Girls, and it was basically about this really famous pop star called Johan, who, and I don't remember it in detail, but basically he was really well liked, everybody loved it and stuff. But still, he wanted to be different. He wanted to fit in with other people, but he never could because he was so famous and people blah blah blah. So basically, at one point he was like, "Oh, I want to be one of the girls. So how do I become one of the girls?" Oh my God, this was a story about being a transgender. Oh my God, oh my God, it's a trans story. That's so cool. Either way, basically that.
Fantastic. And so just very quickly before, Ara, if you think of your question, thank you very much, Ivy, for the sub as well. Ara, what's your question to Nature?
Yes. Can you specify in one sentence why you don't wear dresses?
I hate the feeling of both of my legs touching. It's awful.
Gotcha. Okay. So we've got a few questions from the chat here. What color were the dresses? Very quick, Ara, what color were the dresses?
The one in the show was white with strawberries. Maid dress, and the third one, Kiki's Delivery, is like a jeans type beat.
Fantastic. Nature, What color were your dresses?
The fantasy ball was a blue dress. The conservation formal was green, obviously. And then the one for church was black on top and then some floral on the bottom. So it was one of those like two-piece dresses that are like, I'm trying the best way to describe it, but I can't in my brain. It's the one where it's like the long sleeves on the top and the skirt are two different colors.
Gotcha. Were they comfortable? Did they have a direct kind of trait to them? This
The
is you,
conservation
Nature?
was one, it had pockets.
It had pockets. Okay. Ara, what about you? Did you feel comfortable in the dress?
My friend, it was years ago, but sure. And Kiki's livery's dress, mine was like dark blue.
I love that chat is kind of split between at the moment of
Pockets.
they were like, oh, the giggling and everything, and then suddenly went pockets. Oh my god, pockets!
I do love me some good pockets in a dress.
Everyone loves pockets. Okay, we've got a final few moments. Get your votes in now. Who do you think is lying? Is it Aragon Telly or is it Nature of Gaming? Last chance now. Get your votes in. And the votes. Oh, and I've activated my Google accidentally. Okay, Google, stop. There we go. Okay, so could the person who is lying this time, not telling the truth, the person who is lying, please raise your hand? Chat, you got it wrong! Arrow was telling the truth. Nature, you were the one who was lying. Nature, how many dresses do you have?
I have bought 3 in like the last 2 months.
Nature, in fact, you almost were going to wear a dress for the show.
I have a dress that I set aside in case it was like a dressy kind of thing.
You were so incredibly
Sorry,
convincing.
Chad.
Aragon actually was doing a great job of making himself out as a liar as well. But Ara, this was your true fact.
It was my true fact. I've only worn 3 dresses in my life. I don't know how I came up with that fact, but it is the truth. And everything I said was the truth, actually. And I did just realize it was a story about being a trans person. And
Indeed.
I think that's really awesome.
Well, it's
I
1-all.
will clarify for chat. The feeling of the legs touching is a legitimate thing to the point of I bought things so they don't have to under dresses.
Okay.
I hear you.
So, on to the next fact. Now, again, chat, remember, I flip a coin to decide which fact I'm reading. You cannot guess who it's going to be. Here we go. Next fact coming up. I was trained to feed baby birds the proper way. And the person starting this time is going to be Aragon Telly. Aragon, you feed birds the proper way.
Well, I was taught to. I don't really do it on a daily basis. I don't know if you know me. I don't touch grass. Either way, way that this has happened is I used to go to a camping site with my grandparents. It's like a huge site with like caravans and shit. I don't know what you call it in English. But basically, there's recreational stuff. We were just chilling around there. And one day, birds fell out. And it was actually really sad because like one of the birds that fell out, they passed away, but the others didn't. And then over the summer, we kind of took care of the rest of those birds. And it was a really, I don't know, healing and beautiful experience, to say it like that. But I don't know. I haven't done it since.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, Nature, we'll come straight over to you. Nature,
Hello.
please tell us your side of the story.
In an effort to try and get my conservation hours up to getting a permit to do it, I volunteered and interned at a bird sanctuary where we had pinkies, fledglings, and near release birds, and we had to feed them every like hour-ish. I think it was every hour, depending upon the age range. And my shift manager walked me through the very interesting process of how to feed them.
Fantastic. Okay. Nature, would you like to ask a question to Aragon this time?
What do you have to feed baby birds? And how old? Actually, no, I take that back. I retract that question. How old were they?
At what point?
stage?
It was over the whole summer. Honestly, I just know that they were really young and that some of them had fell out of the nest thing. And from that, over the summer, so 6 months at the least. I don't know how old they are.
Indeed.
Okay.
Ara, what's your question?
Yes. How old were you for this? Sorry, you probably already said. This is a follow-up question, but when did you learn this?
21.
21, okay.
21,
Well, let me
okay.
jump in with some questions from the chat here. Because I have to jump in with my camera on this one to ask this one. What is the improper way? Because when I heard proper way, I kind of read it as you're going to have to regurgitate food. And so what is the improper way of doing it? Nature.
You have to make sure that it doesn't go down the wrong tube. When a baby bird opens its mouth, there's 2 tubes, one for air, one for food. And something that's very common when feeding baby birds is people will put water and the liquid food down the wrong pipe.
Gotcha. Ara?
Okay. I smashed the bird. I don't fucking know.
Okay. Next question we've got is... Oh yeah, I think a lot of people are asking, what is the proper way? What is the proper way of feeding birds? I'm not going to actually ask that question. We're going to have that one roll over at the end of this. Okay, so you've got a few minutes left to put in your correct answer here. Do you think Aragon or nature is the liar here? If you've got some questions, please fire them away. What kind of birds? Nature, I think you answered the birds. Ara, do you know what kind of birds they were?
They had feathers. I don't fucking know, man. I just know the don't put them in the wrong tube. Make sure it's warm 5 to 6 times a day, and then it's like we did it with like some kind of a syringe. I don't know if that's the normal way to do it. That's just how I learned to do it, like a little syringe. That's it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I do have the bird species if necessary.
I think you actually said them in your statement as well. So that's why
I said the age ranges.
Oh, okay. Go on, hit me with your birds.
There was chickadees, there were house wrens, there was a robin, and there was a European grackle. Or European starling. Sorry, not grackle.
Fantastic. Happy said had feathers. Well, I mean, they're not wrong. Some people are going to be severely impressed if nature is lying here as well. And there's also things that bald birds apparently get no food. So, yeah, I think the biggest takeaway that chat has realized is birds have feathers. Okay, so chat has voted and they believe that Aragon, you are sus. Could the person who is lying please reveal themselves?
Yeah, it's obviously me, isn't it? Like, come on, let's be so real here. Like,
Oh, I feel so bad. So for context, Ara hasn't and Nature have no idea what the other statements are going to be. They have no idea. They have to come up with their responses on the spot. So really
The whole
impressive.
conservation formal was out of thin air. I have never been to a conservation formal in my life. I would love to. Ever.
I'm
the name
impressed.
is
You did
Nature
well.
of Gaming. How was I ever going to win that one?
I'm impressed. I think you did well. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I mean, it's not a lie. I did take care of birds for a little bit during a summer on a camping site. Like that was all.
That is
the
really
truth.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. On to our...
Am I going to have to explain it?
I think we're a little short on time, so I'll let you do that in your stream. If you want to know about how to feed birds properly, why don't you go tune into Nature of Gaming?
We'll
If
teach
you want to
how
learn
squish
how to,
mealworms' heads.
yeah, and if you want to learn how to do it the wrong way, tune into Aragon Telly.
We don't smash birds still.
Our
Not on the
next
weekend.
statement. I once walked 5 kilometers on a broken ankle. This time, the first person's going to be Ara. You're first.
What a surprise. Yeah, I'll keep it really short. I was in primary school, so I think I was like 9 or 10. I was having gymnastics, or whatever you call it in English. Basically, we were playing tag. There was this girl that was super annoying. She pushed me so hard in the back playing tag, and I'm not kidding, so hard that it twisted my ankle so severely that it broke. But the thing is, when I told my teacher about it and said that had happened, she said, grow up and just walk it off. So I walked all the way back to school because the site was actually really far away from the school. and I had to walk all the way back. That being said, I could pretend I'm really cool and a champ. I did have my best friend, which I could lean on for most of it. And the teacher severely apologized a month later, which my mom said, yeah. And that's it.
Okay. Nature, please tell us your side of the story.
All right, so training for 5K, the 5 kilometers, I was hanging out with my uncle and I had to run back to the car and there was a pothole and I did not see it. So I was full sprint back to my car to grab something from the car. Foot got caught in the pothole and I ate it. I absolutely freaking face planted like cartoon, just right there. Ankle was not in good condition. The doctor did not recommend that I did the 5K, but I wanted to do it anyway because it was for a good cause, and all of the conservation stuff that usually goes around in my area is all like walks, so walks for awareness. So we did the little 5K walk on a broken ankle, and it was the most painful experience of my life, and I will definitely listen next time because that ankle has slipped out of place twice now from putting on a boot.
Okay, we're going to have the poll come in. It's going to be a super fast one. 1 minute on the clock. Ara, have you got a question for Nature?
Yes.
What's your question?
Did it from a scale of to owie? How much did it hurt?
I have a decently high pain tolerance, but I would probably say it was a good 7 or 8 at a good points.
You tried. I saw. Nature, what's your question?
I'm trying to think. What were the repercussions for the teacher for telling a student with a broken leg to grow up?
Nothing. She just moved on. There were no repercussions. It's not America. Europe, you can just get away with that kind of shit. It's fine.
Okay, and I think someone asked about is Nature American? Why use kilometers anyway? I've made sure this was in kilometers because I didn't understand kilometers and I thought it would be funny. In case anyone is wondering. So, here we go. The votes are finally in. And the person they believe is sus is Nature of Gaming. Could the person who is telling the truth reveal themselves? It is
me.
There we go. Aragon. Aragon was telling the truth. Yes, you caught Nature in a lie. It is 2-2. It's all to play for. Here we go. The final statement coming in now. And again, Chan, you have no idea what the statement is going to be.
I'm intrigued. Going full
I was
distance.
casted as a bossy cow by my teacher because the role just fit. 30 seconds on the clock this time. Very short time. Nature, very quickly. Why is this about you?
Very quickly. My second grade teacher was an absolute bully. She absolutely hated me, and all of the other students got to pick their roles first, and because everybody thought I was the bossy kid, they left that role for me, and my teacher's like, yeah, no, you don't get to switch with anybody because that fits you.
Gotcha. Very short, very sweet. Love it. Ara, 30 seconds on the clock. Go.
Yeah, so there's a theater play in the 8th grade of primary school that every school in the Netherlands does. Basically, people already sort of knew that I was a twink. I didn't know it back then, and they thought like the sassy, bossy cow would kind of fit my role. Again, it was a very confusing and weird play because it involved, well, basically a lot of animals, but yeah, that was it. I was just a very zesty, bossy cow.
Gotcha. Okay,
Not
let's have
much to
the
it.
poll on the chat right away because we are very short on time. Let's have that poll straight in. Which play did you do? Can you tell the Dutch name of the play? For Ara and the... Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it was said Dutch name, sorry. Base de Boel.
There we go. Nature. Any more details on yours very quickly?
Oh gosh, second grade was so long ago. It was the farm animals. It was so a bunch of my friends were a bunch of different animals, and then there was the farmer. I do not remember. I just remember it was the farm. I straight up think they just called it the farm.
Gotcha. Okay. Everyone's saying this all checks out. They've got about 25 seconds to vote. This is going to choose who is going to take away the crown for our very first show of ShowBox. While they're all deciding, have you had fun?
Yes, this has been a blast.
I had a lovely time, man. I had a lovely time. It was great.
Thank
you for having
awesome.
me.
Thank you both for being on.
Drop it.
Oh, apparently we're dropping
drop
it.
it
No
mean?
one wins.
What does it mean?
It means we drop the coin because that's all I have. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, right. They have voted and they believe, Aragon, you are sus. Could the person telling the truth please reveal themselves now? It is Nature! Nature, congratulations.
Second grade teacher hated me. I literally, this teacher had so much against me. I was sick. A similar story to Era, actually. I was sick and on the verge of throwing up in the middle of class, and they're like, "No, you're fine. You're not allowed to go to the bathroom at all, ever." And I threw up in the freaking the playground. And they're like, "Well, I guess I'll send you home then."
Oh, God.
I'm just a happy
I
man
hated
because
that
I ended on
teacher.
67%. Like, I don't know.
Well, congratulations, Nature. But thank you both for being on. It's been a joy. What a fun way to kind of wrap up the end there. Oh, that's not.
Oh.
No. There we go.
What item would you call worship?
Yeah, I saw that pop up for a second. Like, oh, no. It's been awesome. Thank you so much. It's been a joy to have you both on.
Thank you for inviting us.
No, thank you.
I'll just send the invoice later.
Okay, right. Let me get the final little end bit up. Just very quick, we're going to shoot through all of the follows because obviously thank you so very much to Nominal for that, Ray. Thank you for those of you who've tuned in from Nominal Stream and stuck around. I hope you've all had a wonderful time with Bannerfall, and I hope you've enjoyed our very first episode. Aragon, where can people find you?
All right, on all socials, Aragon Telly, or if you like Dutch content as well, Javieros TV. I was part of the Creators SMP, in case you don't know that. It's pretty cool, and there's a lot more cool things in the work, so stay tuned.
Fantastic. And Nature, where can people find you?
Nature of Gaming pretty much everywhere, unless Minecraft Bedrock, because they have a character limit. But yeah, Nature of Gaming on all socials, YouTube, Twitch, all the things. And we've got some really fun adventures in the works for you guys to join us on.
Fantastic. Thank you both very much. Have you got anything last thing to say before we kind of wrap up here?
You guys haven't heard of Twitch Prime. You should definitely use your Twitch Prime on WadeBox and get more ShowBox in the future, because this was so much fun.
This has been an awesome. We've got to hydrate for the last time. Here we go. Cheers, everyone.
Oh, yep, one last hydrate.
These
I'm
loafers
switching
are
up.
really comfortable. Just saying.
Can I get some? Where can I get those?
I got them for my birthday 3 years ago. I have no. My mom probably. You should call her.
We should go. All go to Ara's mom. Thank you very much, Debbie, for the sub. There we go. Thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Okay, we're going to quickly shoot through these follows. Thank you very much. Crafty, Step Creator, Twisted Croc, Pruin, Bew, Sky, MIS, Valiant, cannot pronounce that one. Kfu, Maisie, Sarah, Flo, Avery, Shuki, Shevolf, Larry, Tiny, Mystic Thorns, Magfit, Rose Disaster, Ellie, Ivana, Catherine Louise, Rencued, Mira, Fan of Mau Mau, Abigail, I'm not reading that one there. Thank you very much. The last one, that was I almost said it. Thank you very much. It has been a joy to have all of you tune in. Thank you everyone for tuning in to our very first episode. A big thank you to my amazing guests, Nature and Aragon. You have been an absolute joy to have on. We will be back, obviously, with more ShowBox, but thank you again, everyone. I'll be back with more gaming this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. We'll be continuing our Sky Cafe adventure, and if we have time, we may get a little bit magical with Yap Yap, but we'll be back with more ShowBox next week. Thank you, everyone. Again, it's been an absolute joy. Thank you, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Ara, have you got anything to say? Nature, have you got anything to say very quick? We're wrapping up
Yeah, we're
right
still
now.
getting paid, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. How much? What was that? Yeah, okay. Have a wonderful day, night, be in the wide world.
We're going to go raid into the wonderful Lagundo. Please give him some love, and I will see you all in the next one, everyone. Good night. Thank you, by the way. Thank you so much. Did I just do it? What? That's a drop it. Go. We need to go. We're about to. No. Nice.
Got your horse.
Yeah, we win these. Don't. Why did you look up? Move. Just go. Just go. Just go. Oh my God. It was me. I kept him. Wait. What? Please land on him. Oh!
The rocket is like pretty.
Oh! I got a trick shot!